speaking on personal branding as a finance professional. So I think Bukola shared some questions. It's me. So I was hoping it's going to be question and answer sort of a thing. I'll be going through them one after the other. Though beside the question, I also have some things that I also intend to share with us along the way. So the first is how do you build or become a strong personal finance professional as an undergraduate? As an undergraduate, and you feel like you want to have a stronger personal finance, and you want to have a strong brand on personal finance. Or even before we go there, let's talk about what is branding. What is personal branding? Branding has to do with you being known for something. Branding has to do with your signature. Branding has to do with what you stand to represent. It's just, let's just say it this way. When you hear Dangote, what comes to your mind? Or even when they mention Dangote, do people even know who Dangote is? Or when you hear a firm like KPMG, what comes to your mind? What do you know KPMG for? So that is what branding, that is what it does. So it has to do with your representation, the impression you create when people hear your name or when people see what you do. Or even bring it down to personality. When you hear about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what crosses your mind? So whatever thing that crosses, I'm not going to feed the answer to you, but whatever thing that crosses your mind whenever you hear this name, that tells you about their personal branding, because your personal branding has to do with what people know you for, which is a reflection of what you do often and consistently. And also that is what it is. So as for a finance for a young student, trying to build a strong brand for him or herself in the finance professional. So how do you go about it? And to begin with, I would say, you have to develop a solid foundation. It is important that you have basic understanding of key and basic things, because before you can have a brand, before you can stand to represent something, you need to have basic understanding. And trust me, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know the technical stuff and everything. I could remember when I started as well, on LinkedIn in 2020, I started from very basic thing, tell people what is money, tell people what is accounting, tell people what is double entry principle, tell people what is interest rates. These are things that, you can study on your own and you understand very well. Okay, so that's how you get started. Start from the basic thing, and before you know it, as time goes on, you tend to progress further, learn more, and understand better. And also use both coursework and online resources to strengthen your theoretical understanding, because I understand that while things being taught at school, there seems to be so much theoretical and all. Go online, do research, you will see more practical case study. And for those who may be interested, you see case studies online. I mean, real life case studies, and which will actually help your understanding. And also, you may also get some virtual internship as well, which may also help. I could remember in 2020, I did KPMG Australia's audit internship, where I was given real life scenario of some audit clients, some issues that they face. So it really gives, it's painted, what is really applicable in the industry, what's really going. So it helps my understanding, and it boosts my confidence speaking about some things, because it won't just be me speaking, vague, and talking about things that I'm not so sure with. Okay, so I think I've talked about the second point away, practical experience, you know, online internship, or even on-site internship as well. You can seek for such. It helps your experience, because you see many of the things that you are being taught in class. Trust me, they won't make sense to you as you're having them at the moment. But by the time you go on site, you see the way many things have been done in reality. It begins to shaping, things that it begins to shaping the way you think and how you go about things and your perception about a lot of things. And lastly on that is networking and mentorship. You know, connect with people, seek for mentorship. People tend to share their experience, share with you from their wealth of experiences, and it helps. It goes a long way because imagine you speaking with a professional that has spent like 30 years in the 30 years in the industry, speaking to you that you don't even have up to half a decade in the field yet. I mean, imagine what you stand to learn. And a good example is whenever I have the opportunity, to speak directly with my managing partner or like my head of unit or my head of division. These are people that they've spent like 30 years in the firm or like 35 years professional experience, and they are speaking to you. There are a lot of things that they even say. I'll be like, how do you know this thing? And all. So these are things that comes with experience, things that you will never find on the internet. They tend to share it with you from their arts and all. So these things actually helps. There have been a couple of times because maybe we'll get there. Part of the things that people ask me is that how do I come up with things that I share? How do I come up with content? How do I come up with things to talk about and all? Trust me, many of them come from things I never imagined or planned about. Maybe I'm just in a conversation and you heard him talking about, the fact that we even need free trade zones, the fact that why are these taxes, why are they even in existence, the fact that why should interest rates be cut and stuff like that. And from those conversations, I just pick whatever thing I need to pick. And I just pick it on my head, repeat it like 2-3 times, then it stays. Next opportunity or next time I have with myself, I'm already drafting something on it. And within 15 to 20 minutes, I'm done. So you won't even know that I've picked something as you got what we're talking about. Sometimes it could be in classes, doing open conversations and all. And hear people talking about some things. And this is what they think about this policy, about interest rates, about taxes, and all. I'll be like, oh, wait. So this is how you people see it. Wow, interesting. So is it I speak for or against such? But the point is that I pick insights from a wide range of discussion that happens over time, and that is how we should be as a professional. So this is how to be on how to be the strong personal finance professional as an undergraduate. So these are the things that I feel can actually help, starting from the basic, pick it from the little part. Secondly, let's talk about my take on more degrees or more certifications. At this generation, I just have to be very, very careful because I understand that we're not all the same, and it's not everyone that loves book. Some people don't believe in school, don't believe in going to school, going to the forward of university. They feel it's the whole academic system is nonsense. But at every opportunity that I have, I used to tell people, yeah, you may say schooling is a fraud, schooling is a scam, but education is not a scam. And at every opportunity that you get, try and get education. Just that school happens to be a platform whereby we can get education, but schooling is bigger than what many of us think it is. Because while in school, you can meet your business partner. Doesn't have to be the course that you're studying. It doesn't have to be the four walls of the classroom. You can meet a business partner that you can end up having something together with in the future. You can have someone who is good at crafts, and from it you link up and all. So answering the question, I would say balance is key. As you're pursuing experience, as you're pursuing whatever thing you want to do, maybe entrepreneurship or whatever, nothing stops you from having your certifications. Basically, certifications are just evidence that you actually possess this knowledge. because in many instances you won't have the opportunity, to display what you have upstairs until you showcase some of the degrees that you have. And it is also important that the world is beyond acquiring degrees upon degrees upon degrees without having real life solution, without being able to do things and all and solve real problems. So, and because of that, I would say balance is key. Balance is key. Balance is key. So it is very, very, very crucial. It is very, very crucial. Once you are done with your undergrad, hopefully by God's grace, you get that job that you want ASAP. Pick up your icon, and if you have the opportunity, you are blessed financially, you can start icon while in school. Start your ATS, and I don't know if CFA still runs their CFA foundation program. While in school, you can also take CFA foundation and start while in school as well. So these things helps and they position you for job while you are done with school. So, and also you should also seek for internship, because like I said, my position is that you balance the two. As you seek for degree, seek for knowledge as well. There are some people at their workplace, what currently sustains them is the fact that they have this technical knowledge. Ask them about tax law. They are ready to destroy it for you. Ask them about accounting principles. They are ready to go the long way, breaking down the whole IAS standard and everything and all. Okay, but ask them, do they have any qualification to show for it? For instance, I don't even have any qualification in tax yet. I mean, that's interesting. Do you understand? So, but when you ask me to discuss something, to an extent, I can have the conversation, tell you the implication of the tax implication of some transaction, of some deals, tax DD and all and stuff like that. So the point is that try as much as possible to balance the two. Try as much as possible to balance the two. So talking about what can you make as a unique identifier when building a brand on social media? Uh, I think this question is kind of tricky as regard what can make you a unique identifier, because this has to do with your signature, and I would like to address this from a personal experience, because this is a question that someone has asked me, that there are a lot of young professionals on social media, particularly LinkedIn, and in the finance space, lending their voice, doing their thing, that they just notice that it just seems to be different in a way. And this is where creating your niche, creating and focusing on your niche, and this is where it comes in. Or let me put it in a better way: crafting a signature value proposition. Let people know you for something. How do you do your thing? What is your pattern? What is your approach? The first time I was asked this question, my response was that while I appreciate what other people do on the internet, my approach seems a bit different, in such a way that though my approach comes with more risk and more exposure, or I mean, that is just the way I love to do it. Because I believe that what will I gain if I just sit down teaching people what they can learn easily by just reading the tax law, showing you how to do computation and all. It's something that it's in a way, it bores me. Do you get? And I believe in real life situation. Let's say company A and company B, they want to have this deal. How do they go about it? What are the implications? What are the complications? Or you win this. What are even the tax implication of such and all? And I think one of the things that I do every year and that people find interesting is analyzing the tax implication of Big Brother Niger. I think since 2020, I've always been doing it year on year. And also those are the things. So I want some things that are relatable, things that people can easily connect with. Or let's say the CBN, the increased interest rate today. What does it even mean? What does it tell people and all? using real life situation, what is happening at the moment, using it to analyze. Because one thing about finance is that finance is real time. It's something that relates to our day-to-day life, the way we survive, the way we go about things and all. So, and because of that, I don't want to have conversations as regards such based on things that are archaic, based on what is basically in the textbook and all. So I want to address it. Okay, the CBN has increased NPR by 50 basis points. What are the reasons? Why are they doing this? Okay, Nigeria, this has happened in Nigeria. Inflation is up. Okay, this is this is that. Okay, it makes sense if they do this, if they don't do this, if they don't do that. To me, I feel um to me, this is what I find interesting. Okay, or let's say in the news tomorrow, we hear that, oh, company ABC, they are leaving Nigeria, they're leaving Nigeria due to difficulty in business or whatever and all. Those are things that interest me to discuss. I mean, there's something that people can, learn from, that is real time, that is real life compared to what they've learned in school and all. Let's say a company is exiting Nigeria. From there, we can pick its financials. Okay, let's see, how has this company, how has it been performing over the years and all. So to me, this is what interests me, and this is where I've created my. I mean, it's rare you see me talking about, oh, all those section 21 of the VAT Act is no, but look at the way we have the reforms at the moment. The reform saying some things, proposing some changes and all. So those kind, I've had series of talks as regard what the reform says, the tax reform. Okay, this and all, and it's still a work in progress for me, because I still have numbers of articles that I'm working on to publish in that regard. So to me, I feel these are the things that matters, and things that personally interest me. And trust me, we don't all have to do the same thing. And this is what we call niche. This is what we call uniqueness. So, and that is what you need to do. Find that thing that that you love. Find that thing that you are so much passionate and interested in. It doesn't have to be what everyone does. Just do it a different way. Let's look at the kind of like Apoko doctor. Look at the way he passes his medical knowledge and all. We all get the message, but the way he does it seems interesting to me and all. So we have our different also. So it's left for you to look for the way you will love it, and look for the way it will be. It may not be easy, but just look for something that you love. Okay. So is building a personal brand like having a niche in finance, or is it after one has built a personal brand that one carved a niche? Which comes first? Which comes first? This question seems tricky in a way that, do you have to carve a niche first, or you build a brand before you carve a niche? I think they seems to be interrelated to me, honestly, because the truth of the matter is that at the beginning of your career, you may not have clue about where you're actually going yet. So I would say you can create personal brand based on your interests as at then. Because I could remember when I started in 2020, I was discussing core accounting, maybe debit and credit, accruals, stuff like that. I was discussing core accounting. But in the past 3-4 years, I don't think I've laid my hands on such. Because as time passes, I tend to, create a niche for myself that, oh, I think this is what life seems to be offering me. Okay, I found a role in tax. Okay, let me go for it and stuff like that. So from there, I begin to make what I talk about much more centric on tax. However, I still talk about monetary policies, talks about the economy. This is not the core of what I do at KPMG. This is not, and also the financial analysis, I talk about stock. Though due to confidentiality reason, I try to minimize mentioning companies and talking about their performance and all, so I don't create the so that I don't create a buzz on the internet telling people what to do or stuff like that. So I try as much as possible to be careful, but I try to talk about them in group or stuff like that. So which are not things that are core of things that I do in KPMG generally. So, but because I love them, there are things that I just found so much joy or so much pleasure doing them. So I'm still doing them till now. So they're part of the niche that I've created for myself, even though it's not what I'm doing as a finance professional or as a professional generally. Do you understand? Because the reason why I'm trying to use myself as an example in this regard is that there may be some people in this line that they are like, oh, should I have a niche for myself in finance first, or I need to build a career first before I create a niche for myself? The point is that they are interrelated. Whatever thing, even while they are still trying to build a career, whatever thing that gives you interest, start it now. Honestly, start it now. Because the truth of the matter is that many people many people that are working today, they just happens to find themselves where life just offers them. What do I mean by this? Many people are in accounting, and many people are auditors, or they are in the accounting space, not because that's what they want to do, but that's what life just happens to offer them. We have a lot of people that study science and all. They just took KPMG tests, or they say, let me just give it a shot, because they say, oh, come as you are. You don't have to study accounting, just come. And they just happen to pass. And before you know it, the auditors, the tax consultants, and all. Do you understand? So those kind of people, you can see that they just happen to take something that life happens to offer them, which they then eventually fall in love with. So if you find yourself in that case and you feel like, oh, you want to be the personal brand first, I've seen people that studied accounting and they end up on the internet, analyzing tech and all. I will give you some example. For some of us who may know Fisayo Fuso, I'm not sure if I get his surname correctly, but he's a tech guy now. He analyzes tech products and all. Things currently like a brand ambassador for Samsung. He has traveled to the US business trip so many times just because of he do analyze tech. Sometimes he also talks about economics as well, because he's an economics graduate from Unilag and all. You see numbers of lawyers who are now content creators on the internet today as well too. So, like I will say, the two are interrelated. Just go for it. Go for it. Build a personal brand, but your personal brand should be based on your interest, things that you don't really struggle with, things that you do with ease and all. And I do tell people, drafting or sharing thoughts on LinkedIn is one of the things that I find so easy to do. Before I started driving, while inside commercial buses, or maybe inside Uber, from my house to the office, I stay at Yaba, and I work. My office is at VI. Within that 35 minutes, 45 minutes trip, sometimes before you know it, I've drafted 3 LinkedIn posts. Do you get? But now I drive, I can't do that anymore. So I just have to create another time doing those things. And also, that's just to tell you that your the niche you're creating for yourself should be something that you don't have to struggle with. It should be something that you love by default. You don't have to force you. You love to read the news and stuff like that. So that's about that. Sorry, I had to I spent a little much time on that, because that question seems tricky in a way. So moving to the next one, basic and necessary things to know about finance. I think it's pretty straightforward. Of course, you can't know everything. You can't know everything. I just need to start from somewhere. And trust me, you make a lot of mistakes. People will drag you. That's the truth. You make mistakes, people will drag you. I've been dragged numbers of times, but as a as a person, you must try to don't take criticism as a bad thing, because for you to grow, people will criticize you. So see it as a learning point and understand that you can make mistake and see it as a learning point, and learn from it and move on. So, and basic thing about finance, I mean, know about finance itself, interest rates, because I mean, what do you can't tell me you're a finance enthusiast and you don't know about interest rates, or you don't know about financial statements and analysis. It's not possible. You need to get your hands dirty. And also, as a finance person, your analytical skill has to be, A plus. You have to be there. You have to be able to analyze, critical thinking and all. Then you need to understand time value of money as a finance person, understand risk and return, talk about that, and market and instruments, understand how market works, how market works. And these are things, you can learn freely online, or you pay for them. There's no big deal and all. And also corporate finance essentials like budgeting, capital structure, valuation, a lot of courses on this, like the FMV. It's actually a great program for things like this. So I will encourage you, have these basics, because it will really help, and it will help you in the long term. Okay, so why is it difficult for someone with work experience, not being professional staff, to be converted into one in the banking sector, especially as a marketer? I don't know what drove this question. But when I saw it, I smiled, because something happened recently. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's just looked like Bukola already saw something on my sister before she drafted this, but I'm sure she didn't, because I posted this on my status after she had shared this with me and all. Because there is someone who reached out to me on LinkedIn as well. She works with a bank, one of the top banks in Nigeria, and she happens to be in sales. And she was like, "Oh, she doesn't like what she's doing. This, blah blah blah," and she wants to, she wants to do accounting. She wants to move into finance. Funniest thing is that she didn't even study anything accounting. I think she studied science. I can't remember, because we've been talking since like last year. So she studied something science, but she did FMVA course, and she's hoping to start ICANN as well. So we talked. I gave her time. We talked on phone extensively, told her things that she could do and where she could go around it and all. And just during the week, I just saw a message that she has been able to transition from sales to internal audits, because I actually told her that internal audit is her best way to enter into this thing. And I told her a few things to do. And she was very happy that we had a conversation and I was able to recommend her and stuff like that. So trust me, it's all about your will. It's all about your resilience. It's all about it's more of something personal. Honestly, that's what I would say. I don't think it's something too difficult. It's all about you wanting it and you going for it. And trust me, impossibility is nothing. That's one of my um my words. Impossibility is nothing. You can achieve anything and you can achieve everything that you intend to. Yeah, it may be difficult. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but it is achievable, it is doable, it is practicable and all. So, and these things are not automatic. You also need to, develop specialized skill sets as regard that new place that you want to go into. And you see this conversation, I've had it with a lot of bankers. Be like, oh, they want to come into APMG, they want to come into consulting generally. How do they do it? Maybe currently they're in sales. How can they do it? Because it can be difficult. You are in sales. You now want to cross into core finance. It may be difficult, but it is not impossible. This is what I will just say. Just on to the next one. I think I'm running out of time. Apologies. How do you balance being active on social media, work life, and personal life? It's complicated. It's really, really difficult, honestly. But if it's something that you love to do, you will find it much more easy. And one of the key things you just need to do is to set clear boundaries. People that know me very well, they know that my phone is often on DND, except days that I am at home. If I am at the office, my phone is often on DND, automatically 8 a.m. and goes off by 8 p.m. And when people even want to reach out to me, oh, please, can I talk to you or something? I'll tell them we can have conversation at night. Anyone from 8 p.m., you can call me. It's not an act of pride. It's just me trying to be coordinated, man. Because I work for someone, I work for a company, and I have deliverables, and I have to meet up. So my life is beyond LinkedIn or social media. Do you understand? So, and if you don't set those boundaries clear for yourself, you will mix things up. And before you know it, your performance will drop, you begin to struggle and everything. So, in order to manage my distractions, I put my phone on DND during the day, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So, and it's not as if I don't receive messages or I don't return calls during those periods. But I want it to be that I attempt to calls and messages when I want to, not they being a distraction to me. Or I pick my phone, oh, this person called me, oh, and it was silenced by DND. Then I'll call if I'm opportune, or if I sense that it is what's it called, it is urgent. And that is why I appreciate text a lot, because maybe I'm just having my lunch. Easily I could just reply all those loads of messages and everything and also, which actually helps me and everything and all. Because trust me, a lot of time I'll just see call, hi BBM, I'm so person from LinkedIn. I'll be like, okay. Some people don't even introduce themselves. Hi BBM, please, this VAT was it called? I'll be like, this is who am I speaking with? And I'm one of the follower of LinkedIn. Okay. I mean, and I'm in the middle of something, trying to figure out my own life as well. Because like I said, I'm working for a company, so I'm on a payroll and I have deliverables and I have to get them done. Do you understand? So it's a way of me also protecting myself and make sure that I remain on course as well. So it's not a place, because some people see it as pride, and I'm actually not apologetic about it and all, but it's what works for me. And it's not as if I've not missed opportunities because of this DND. In fact, Thursday, I still missed an opportunity. Somebody wanted me to do something for him that I should gain something from it. But because my phone was on DND, he has been calling me since like 5 p.m. But I happens to see his call after I got home like 9 or 10 p.m. Then I messaged him, was like, oh, he got someone else. I mean, no regrets, no remorse. Because Thursday was actually a very, very busy day for me. So it's fine. But whatever thing it is for you, trust me, to always come. And when I miss call, I try as much as possible to return them. Okay, so prioritize and plan. You have to plan, you have to be coordinated. Know what is important. I try as much as possible to post every day, but there are days I don't post, depending on the nature of things. Imagine any days that I have to be on the road, travel and stuff like that. Find it difficult to post. Sometimes I schedule my post. Like Sundays, I can schedule post for 3 days on the stretch or 4 days. So I don't have to be online, but you still be seeing my work online. So I do that a lot and stuff like that. So it actually helps. So you just have to, prioritize and plan yourself. I've had this conversation with people several times. So that's why it's kind of interesting to me. Then quality over quantity. You don't have to post every day. You don't have to post every week. But that once in a while, ensure it's worth it. But the thing is, see that you need to be consistent, because there's a way the algorithm works, and that thing baffles me. Sometimes if I don't post for like a week, going back, my algorithm, I don't just always like it. The engagement drops, the reaction drops, the number of the reaction that your post just get generally, there's way it just messes the whole things up. So you need like numbers of days to build it up again and stuff like that. So You just need to, strike that balance. So that's even sometimes, even if I don't feel like posting, or maybe like I couldn't think of something to post. I just look for something funny and all, then bring it back to finance. I'm a fan of Chelsea and all. I use Chelsea or maybe Arsenal whenever they discuss. I don't like Arsenal fans and Man U fans. I use their predicament, bring it into finance and make jokes on LinkedIn. So just to, drive engagement and also educate people along the way. What courses or paths are to take if you want to build a career in corporate finance? The interesting thing. You don't need to study anything finance, accounting, business admin, or whatever course that you study. And I think Bukola can testify to it. She's also in the firm. I'm using KPMG for instance. But part of our value proposition is you come as you are. I have colleagues who studied fishery, who studied English, who studied chemistry, who studied what's it called. And these guys, they are very good with tax. Because even you that you studied accounting, you'll be checking yourself again that, wait, am I really an accounting graduate? People who studied geography and they're auditors, and you're doing very great. If they don't tell you, you won't know and all. So what I'll just say is just come as you are. But along the way, you have to work on yourself, personal development, go for professional certifications like the CFA, ACA, ACCA, all and stuff like that. Then hands-on experience, seek for internship and learn a lot. So that's what I will say about that. What is more important, building a career or focusing on, building a brand, building a career brand or focusing on career advancement? I would say both too. But most importantly, career advancement. It's not everybody that not all of us will have a career brand. Trust me. So and you don't have to force it on yourself. It's not a must. You are that guy that always talks on LinkedIn. You are that guy that always talks on TV. You are that guy. There are a lot of guys that they don't even have social media presence, but their principalities and also focus more on career advancement. Focus more on quality. See, when you are good, that will bring you out. So you don't need to struggle with, I'm creating a brand on LinkedIn or something. Because that wasn't even my focus at the beginning. Like I said, it's just something that I just love to do. Let me just do analysis, just talk about things. I've never been concerned about engagement, brand, people knowing me for this and all. And there was even a time I was accused in a way, one of these I was dragged, and I'm popular on LinkedIn because I work with KPMG. See, that's very wrong. Go and check the track record. I've been doing this even before NYC, and I've always been creating tracks on LinkedIn, creating boosts everywhere online before I even start working here and all. And even me working here, it's a place reshaping me and making me to do things better and learn things better. And this me, I'm not in KPMG. Maybe I will even be more losing than this. Do you understand? So that is just the thing. It's not just about brand. When you focus on quality, don't worry. That fame. I mean, I don't know what you may be looking for. Or that brand, it will come by default. Just focus on quality and keep offering value. Keep offering value. Let your focus be on value. At your office, make sure you are good, or they need this. Oh, go and ask Bukola. Oh, who knows about this? Go and ask her. Go and ask him. Before you know it, at any opportunity, maybe there's a speaking engagement outside. So even be your bosses, they will recommend you. Oh, I know you will do it well. Before you know it, you start speaking at big places. They add you to committees, and before you know it, you're already on top of the world. So I would say career advancement first. When you focus on quality, every other thing will come. And lastly, what makes a good analyst? What makes a good analyst? A lot of things make a good analyst, and one of them is you have to be analytical rigor. You see beyond what people see beyond see things and reason beyond the way average people do. People have said it to me several times that sometimes when they see my post, they'll be like, "What was this guy thinking process? Is weird, is this and all." And for those who may have watched Prison Break, because I love Michael Scofield. Look at the way he see things. He always see things. He's an engineer, of course. He see things in a very different ways. He see things beyond the physical. I mean, when you see like a fridge, for instance, you see beyond what is outside. You're already internalizing how does this thing operate? How are the engine inside? How are those compartments? How do they make up things? And for those who may have watched Suits, you will know what was his name? Michael Ross and Avi Specter. These are guys that you just feel like, how do you reason this? Yeah, of course, yeah, there are movies. Do you understand? But people are like that in real life. For a good example is my managing partner. I love the way it is. I'll be like, how did this man come up with this? Come on. I know, and there are people like that, and that is the kind of person. That is what you should do, and that is the kind of that is the way you should build yourself. See things beyond the ordinary. Try to analyze things further and all. I mean, don't be an ordinary person. Don't be an ordinary person. When people see some things as common, dig it further. There is always more to it. There's always more to things than the surface. So that analytical skills, it has to be A1. Trust me. It has to be. Sometimes you analyze some things, so you feel it doesn't make sense, and or just keep digging. Something will definitely come up. So that's, I would say, as God, how you can be a good analyst. Then you have to be a critical thinker. Think deeply. Think about things, beyond crunching numbers. Look at implications. Okay, if A leads to B, then how do we get to C? Just, you have to be critical, honestly. You have to be critical. Then paying attention to details. It is very, very, very key. Don't miss anything. Don't miss anything. And that's one of the reasons why always have your notepad with you, so you can pen things down and all. Then your communication skills, curiosity, and continuous learning. Never stop asking questions. When I was in the university, I mean, I can't say I'm like question champion, but it's not possible in a week or within three days, and I won't ask a question in one class or the other. I just love to ask, if not until maybe like recently, that I don't really ask questions on public spaces again. But if you are working together, my normal work with my colleagues, and or let's say a senior or a manager is telling me to do something, and I will ask question, sir. Okay, we don't use sir or ma in KPMG. I'll ask you, Bukola, why are we doing this? What are we trying to achieve? What is this? What is it actually helps my thought process. It helps me to even provide solution. It helps me to just work better, and also that is it. So I think at this point, I would like to say thank you and like to entertain questions. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you very much, BBM. So I was actually even taking notes. So if you have any questions, you can actually put them in the chat box. So what actually stood out for me was the fact of focusing on quality work and then um, starting with your interest. So I personally, I started posting consecutively on LinkedIn, I think last year, and then I just finished school, and then we started my service. So I was just blank, but okay, fine. I've had experiences in school about this and that. Okay, let me just share my story, right? So I didn't have to wait until I maybe started working in one particular industry, and now after let me now start posting about this and that. So that really stood out for me about you finding your interest and then talking about what you love. Because it's very easy to talk about what you love and what you enjoy, even though you get dragged. But I think that dragging is also a place of you
Mhm.
learning also someone else's opinion about that and everything. And even though
Absolutely.
so that leading dragging is always very, very funny at all. So I have two questions. I have to like write them down so that I won't
Okay.
forget them. So one is, what's your take on all those people that do let's say 30 days daily consistency, and then after 30 days they are off for like a year, because I don't see anything in that thing. I feel that, I don't know, maybe they're trying to learn the skill consistency, and then after that they are gone for like a year and 2 years, and they now come again and do 60 days consistency. Like, what's actually the consistency about? What are you trying to show off? So like, that's number one. What's your take on it? Because I find it very, very, I don't know, somehow. That's one. And then
Okay.
two, when I started posting that on LinkedIn, so someone told me that I like to show off. I'm like, okay, fine. The fact that you notice that I show off is a sign that I'm visible enough. So that's a good thing for me here, right? So if you think I show, then that's good. Meaning I'm visible enough. So what's your idea of let's say showing off in quotes? Yes. So just two. And I have one more, but then you can just take those two.
Visibility is a good thing. I will
Yeah.
encourage it, because a lot of people have seen a lot of opportunity just because they are visible. And you know the interesting thing? Some of them, because they have this online visibility, they will call them
Yeah.
for access and they'll still blow it up. But the point is that visibility, the advantage, that is the truth. Do you understand? That is actually the truth. I've also received a lot of offers, honestly. I won't, I'll be sincere, but I turned down many of them. Maybe let's just say I've never accepted any of them. For some, I'll just split. If they could please allow me to refer people. And those are the opportunities I tend to share with people, either on my hubs or what's it called. And I'll be like, oh, apologies, please, I may not be able to take this. But do you mind if I recommend someone? And you'll be like, okay, no problem, and all and stuff like that. And that is the truth. So what brought me here? Visibility. There top companies, they've reached out directly. If I mention their names, you even know them and all. But so it's a good thing, honestly. Honestly, I will recommend, just try as much as possible. You don't have to be posting all the time. Ordinarily, when people post, ordinarily just comment, drop your 2 cents. But many of us just be scrolling. For us to even like, not to even comment, is even a big problem. Be like, wait, are you fighting that person? Comment, interact, and engage. From it to be like, there are some people that I just notice them. They interact a lot with my posts, and I couldn't but just notice them. Then I had to check up their profile. And one day message some of them. I noticed you do this, you do this, you do it. Thank you so much and everything and all and stuff like that. I mean, I was the one that they were shocked that, oh, I could message them, because their consistency, it was actually noticeable. And trust me, if I have an opening, or maybe they are in need of what's it called, I won't hesitate giving it to them, because their consistency and their passion for knowledge just prove something to me. And that is the truth. And also, and as regard people that do challenge and all, Bukola, let's leave them. Because even though
Actually,
I don't do that. Do you get? I don't do that. But then I feel, what's the essence of you doing 30 days? Then you just ghost again. Then
exactly.
but I get the idea. The reason why they do it is because people say something like, if you can do the same, if you can repeat same thing for 21 days, it can become an habit. So I think that's what they try to do, but it's beyond that. It's beyond that. I've never done something like that. Let me do this thing for so this. Sometimes I post on LinkedIn 3 days and 3 times a day, based on as maybe there's an update from CBN, from ministry, for something. What's happening? Or maybe like one big company just release a bomb in the market. Oh, what's going on? Fast, I've released something and all. So I've never done it and all. But I'll just encourage people that do that. And the truth is always that it's not easy. Many of them, they've had conversation with me that, how do I do it and all. So it's actually not easy. In fact, I've seen people that, they've never done this challenge as well too. But they've always been in this space. Then all of a sudden, you just stop hearing from them. It's not really easy to keep up with it, honestly. It's not really easy. But still, if you want to do 30 days, I mean, do it. Maybe it's even within that 30 days, somebody will just notice you and you get something at all. So it's better than not even trying at all. Some people, they've been on LinkedIn since 2015, and they don't even have up to 500 connections. They don't like, they don't comment, they just scroll through that app and they just leave and everything and all. I think those kind of people are even worse. So that is what I would say as regard that. Sorry, I'm not sure I get the second question that you asked. Do you want to take that again?
Yeah. Okay, so like, okay, sorry, just like back to what you said. So I'm not saying that because I think someone made a comment that I'm like shooting at him. So I'm not saying that 30 days stuff is bad or it's bad, but it's bad when you just do maybe 30 days in a year and then you now move to the next year, 60 days, next year, 90 days. Like, what are you actually doing? That's the point. So
I get you.
if you are trying to build a habit of consistency, then that's fine. That means after the 30 days, at least you should still be around, even if it's like once a week, once a
Yeah,
month, sometimes just going off entirely. So that's that. Then for my second question is about um showing off, right? That
Mm.
I thought that someone told me that I show off and I'm okay, fine. So the fact that you think I show off is a good, let's say a good sign that my visibility is strong, right? So what's your idea about, because I post on LinkedIn, that means I'm showing up and all. What's the idea about that? Because once you post like this, people go and check your profile. Let me see where it's working. Let me see where she's working. And oh, she's KPMG. That's why and everything. So what's your idea about um showing off physically? That's my question.
See, the honest thing is that whatever thing you do, people will talk. That's the truth. People will talk. And people that say you show off, trust me, they are not just there yet. I mean, they are not where you are at. They are not where you are at the moment. And that is the truth. Because I've received similar comments too, but to me, it doesn't matter. What am I showing off? I'm showing off that I know something. I mean, that's a compliment. I love it. Let it come up. So, and it's because I mean, I just feel like it depends on your mindset as well too. What is your intention? Why are you doing this? Is it really for the show off, or you just want to impact or whatever? So people's opinion, trust me, I say it that it doesn't matter. I do feel that people's opinion doesn't matter. Not that we shouldn't because of that hear what people sees, but people always have something to say about you. So you need to have a tough skin and you have the ability to see what people say about you. Pick the positive side of it, pick the ones that you can learn something from, that you can develop on and on. Every other one, throw it into the trash bin. And one of them is saying that you show off or something. I mean, what do you mean by I'm showing off? Is it that maybe what I'm saying is right or wrong? There's nothing like I'm showing off. And if I'm wrong, you can help me to, enlighten me, put me through, and teach me. And that is the thing. I could remember there was a day I put up one analysis. Though the intention, I mean, maybe I saw that issue at the surface, and I didn't think through it very deep, and I just drafted it, posted it on it. I will never forget. Is that regard me comparing Nigeria to Ghana, their currency. The fact that because I just opened my Limefire app. Limefire app is as an app to send money from UK to Nigeria or from US to Nigeria. So then I just checked. I just saw converting pounds to Ghanaian cedi. I was like, wait, what's going on with this Ghanaian cedi? It seems to be stronger than Naira and stuff like that. Meanwhile, it skipped my mind that Ghana did redomiciliation not too long ago, and it skipped my mind completely. And I wrote about it. I don't know where this man came from, and he has been following me for quite a number of time. And I just feel that was just his opportunity, just to lash out. And it doesn't mean that I don't want to take correction. I mean, I'm open to learning, but there's a way you could have, correct me or point my light. But if you see the way he came, oh, wow, really? A KPMG analyst saying this, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what is this? I felt so pissed, honestly, because I'm like, yeah, I missed something. And yeah, I was wrong. But I'm like, why do you have to throw me under the bus like this and all. I felt so terrible. But you know the funniest thing? I didn't take down the post. I just edited it and all and stuff like that. Even though that is comments, it went viral because I heard about that comment in places that I never imagined. I mean, top people talking about that comment. That didn't this person say this thing about you and all. So people always have something to say about you, either good or bad and all. And people are just looking for that opportunity for you to make mistake and all. And these are people that feel maybe like you've been showing off, you've been this, or do you even know? And when did you even start the profession? When did you even join KPM? You are just an intern, you are just NYC. Or do you know you are talking about this, you are talking about that, and all and all and all. But let me tell you something. Last week, Friday, not this Friday, I happened to be part of a podcast. We recorded the podcast on that Friday, and I happens to be part of I happens to be the representative of Gen Z on that podcast and all. And one of the key attributes of Gen Z, and I want to assume many people on this call are also Gen Z, is the fact that we are courageous. We are courageous. So my words, in addition to the fact that we are courageous, is just the fact that let us just take extra care, to research more, so that by the time people criticize what we do, we can have back. And that's also always one thing about me. If I post something, before you attack me, make sure you've done your findings right, because I have multiples of evidence. I'll just keep releasing them one after the other, and you end up hating yourself. And that is one thing about me. So make sure you have enough backings. And in addition to you having to you doing enough research, is that you see, when people criticize you, don't see it as something bad, because if they don't criticize you, will not grow. That is the truth. In fact, a lot of backlashes that I've taken, they are one of the things that make me get to where I am today. So criticism are actually good thing. It means that people are actually seeing what you are posting. And of course, it's not everybody that will like you, because look at Jesus. You're not even Jesus. Jesus had plenty, millions of enemies. So who are you? Do you understand? So criticism are actually good thing. So see them as learning points. And that is just what me I will say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just say for people that feel intimidated, right? So they see maybe your post, they see 1,000 likes and all, and then maybe their post just 2 likes, 2 reaction. Even me personally, when I tried to post on LinkedIn, it was just my friends and I liking my post. I was like, okay, because you are friends now, you don't have the choice, right? But then now actually, over time I've improved, right? I've even made new friends on LinkedIn and all. So what's your take on, let's say, on people feeling intimidated that if I post now, maybe it's only 2 likes I'll get, or if I don't post or something. What's your take on the intimidation factor? The fact that big people who are known always get many likes and reactions and everything, and then me, is just one small girl posting about maybe integrity that everybody knows about. I know. So that's
So back to it. See, I also tell people something, that what is within your control is the content you share. You can't control people who interact with your posts. So focus on value. Focus on the kind of content that you share. If people find it interesting, they will engage. It's really simple. And that is the truth, honestly. When people find value in your post, they will engage. They will engage, honestly. And also the peculiarity of LinkedIn. LinkedIn loves perspire to aspire story a lot. Oh, I started with 1.0 CGPA and ended with 5.0 CGPA. I don't know how that can be possible, Sha. If you post that kind of a post, I can assure you can have like 100K impression. Do you understand? Even though I don't really share stories like that on LinkedIn. I don't just like sharing my personal stuff on like LinkedIn. I just want to put my thought there and get out. Just once in a while, when I just feel, I just do it just for the culture. Maybe like once in a year, I just do that. I mean, just to, because you also don't know who may be encouraged with your story. That's what makes me do some of those things maybe once in a year or twice a year. So that is just the thing. And also, you see some people, they just make just one single post, and you see it having 5,000 likes. You be like, how did you do it? Because even being that I'm talking, Despite all my day-to-day posting, I've never had 5,000 likes before on a single post. I've never. The highest I've had, like maybe 1,000 likes on some posts and all. Because I can't control that. I can't tell people to be liking my posts. What I can focus on is on the quality of what I share and all. And people could be sentimental based on what you share. They may feel this doesn't interest me, or they may feel, oh, I don't need this information and all. So just know the kind of community you are trying to build. So that will determine the kind of core, this thing. And like I said, people follow value. If you can't offer value, nobody is gonna be interested in whatever thing you are saying. That is the truth. Another thing is that the way LinkedIn works is that when you post, you don't just post. Look for a nice headshot of yourself. Just put it there. It also helps as well. And besides, I've made posts and it had 5 likes before. It's not. In fact, one of my closest friends, so it was like, PBM, what happened to this your post? 5 likes. I was like, it's no big deal, because I actually know how my own algorithm works. There are things, I mean, I post at certain times, and if I miss it, trust me, that post will not get what it is meant to get. So those are part of it. Then, based on the discussion too, they may not get what they are supposed to get compared to some kind of conversation. And that is me understanding the kind of community that I have. And that is the thing. But there are just some things I just have to share them. Either my community wants them or they don't want them. There are things that I love, resonate with me, and I still just have to put them there, because I see that there are still a few people that still loves it. And that is the thing. So, and lastly, there's someone as well too. She's a very, in fact, she even has this but I don't want to mention her name. If I mention her name, some of you will know her. She has this OON award, that's federal government award. She's doing so well in the investment space and its sector of Nigeria and all. She currently have about 700,000 followers on LinkedIn, and about maybe 300,000 of, no, 4,000, sorry, 400,000 followers on Twitter, because she follows me on Twitter actually and all. So I've seen some of his posts on LinkedIn, despite having 700,000 followers. And some of his posts on LinkedIn, and some of our posts on LinkedIn with 22 likes, 40 something likes, and with that kind of followers, you shouldn't be having such. And at the same time, I've seen her having thousands of likes and everything and all. So it's all about algorithm and quality of what you are sharing and all. And like I said, even since the beginning of this year, I've been suffering that algorithm, and I don't know how long it will last and all. So it's just and that cannot discourage me, because I can't control people that will engage with my post or influence the algorithm of the app and everything and all. But what I can work on is the quality of the content I'm sharing, and that is what matters, and that is the thing. So thank you. So we can look at the
Yes.
question inside here. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. I think like I can relate to your plight of that, this LinkedIn and this likes, and I start to perspire, because my most liked post was fact of when I posted about falling short of a first class with 0.1, and I had over like 1,000. Like I was like, so you people were actually around before.
Sorry,
But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to
you
say.
know, like,
I'm sorry to say. People on that app, they like Amebo. They
but
just
if
want
they
your
are start
story.
to aspire my falling short of 0.1, and how I just use that time to like do internship and everything. So that's what people like are there. So since then, even if I post and I'm the only one that like that's my post, I'm okay, right? I'm not
Yes,
after the likes or the comments. As long as I post, like you said, post quality work, and then that. So
exactly.
I think I missed some questions in the chat box. I think it was when you left and so I was talking, so I didn't see
Okay.
that. So someone's asking, do you know of any discount scholarship on FMVA? So we know that there are discount on CFA. Do you know of any discount scholarship on FMVA? Do you
Honestly,
know?
I don't. Honestly, I don't. I don't.
Okay, all
But
right.
you
So
can check online,
you
or
can
maybe
just
you
like
ask. The person can
do your
ask.
research.
on your group chats. Perhaps there could be
Okay.
people. So just join that group chat and probably ask them. I'm sure people
Okay.
you find answer to it. Thank you.
Okay. So someone was saying, I'm a finance enthusiast and I really want to venture into the world of finance, but unfortunately, I only
Mm.
get roles on research. And it's like, what's your advice? Do I still go with my finance dream? I'm planning on taking finance certifications like this year, even while on the research role. So, what's your advice? Should he
Mm.
stay on the research role or still go on with his finance dream?
Okay, I want to assume that the person doesn't have finance background but's interested. I mean, I may be wrong, but seeing the way the question is structured. So I won't ask you to give up your dream. And trust me, research rule is close to it. I don't know what you research about, but it's very close because finance also has to do with a lot of research and analysis. Depending, don't give up on it. Honestly, it is, and like as you've said, take up finance certification courses. And I don't mean like all these free online courses, though. Like maybe you're now going to be doing bookkeeping. Get serious. You can start ICANN. By the time you have ICANN on your CV, it helps it to boost your chances to get finance role because you know that, oh, I think he has potential or something like that. So that's my advice and all. But don't give up. I've seen people after 15 years of experience, they will just say, this is not what I want. Then they will have to quit and go start all over again. So
Yeah.
find your niche right now. And even if you like what you're doing right now, say, but there's possibility of being bored tomorrow, then you want something different. I do tell people, don't be surprised if tomorrow I don't do tax anymore. I just want to be an all-round professional.
Don't do
Yeah,
tax.
it's the truth. I'm being serious. And it doesn't make me less of a tax guy
It's true.
because I just want to be an all-round professional, not only tax. I may end up coming back to tax because my focus basically is on economic development, and tax alone cannot give you that. You just need to be an all-round professional. Do you understand? Imagine you are meant to be in charge of like maybe like finance or monetary side of the government or something like that. You need more than tax. You just need to be that all round, you know, grab your feet as regard invest. And I think I shared it when I wrote my story about MSc. That was even before I started my MSc, saying that I can't do MSc in accounting because I have BSc in accounting, which is really I'm doing MSc in finance. Because I just want to, let me be an all-round professional so that whenever I want to spread my wings, I know that I have coverage. I have it and everything and more. So that is just it, basically. And it doesn't make me less of a finance guy, it doesn't make me less of a tax guy, but it happens. You can get bored of something, or you just want to try something in addition to what you're doing at the moment. And all because that is the truth. So don't give up on it. It is possible, it is feasible.
Yeah.
Just keep trying
Yeah.
and let's better yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much. So someone says, thank you, BBM. It was a great session. At times, I want to post on LinkedIn, but I'll be like, how consistent will I be? Seeing the likes of BBM post every day makes me lose my grip. How do one go about it?
Don't mind Femi. I know him. He's I don't want to say he's whining me because he's one of my guys. So don't mind him. I know
Okay.
he knows what to do. And the truth is just that it's not actually easy generally. And people may be scared. Let me just say
Yeah.
he's just been scared. Maybe he's just been scared. His idea may be criticized. What if he makes mistake? What if he's being crushed? The truth is that you make mistake. That is the truth. And if you don't make mistake, you can't grow. Just start from
Yeah.
someone. Start from I don't know. I think Femi works with an accounting firm. There are some things that you do. I mean, real life, your client case study or something, and you are learning one thing or the other. Look for a way you can, share your thoughts as regard them without mentioning the name of your client or giving people clue. Maybe you
Yeah.
learned something about this and all. Just put it there. Maybe there was something that came up as regard receivables while you're editing them. Then just Tell people interesting thing about receivables or something like that, and or maybe something about impairment of assets and all stuff like that. So that's what I would say. So don't allow anybody. Do you not know of people that are also doing well more than me on LinkedIn? That when they post like this, within 1 hour, they already have 500 likes.
Like,
You get so, but
yeah,
we are different. We are unique in our way, and what we
of
share
course.
differs. And me, I don't share inspire to perspire. So it will be hard for that kind of posts to get that kind of interaction. But let me be every day. Let me be talking about my uni. This thing. There was a time I shared for the very first time. I think that was last year. I shared how I started uni and how I finished. That post had over 1,000 interactions. I was like, what's this? And also imagine, and I have a lot of stories that I could share. A lot of things happens on daily basis. I interact with a lot of people every day, different story, different day. If I want to be sharing Aspire to Aspire, there are a lot of things to share. But those things, sorry, I don't find solace, and I don't find what's it called. I just want to provide real economic solution while I help people along the way. So that's just my drive and my focus. So don't be
Yeah.
discouraged.
Okay, thank you very much. So the last question in chat box says, "Good day, BBM. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your thoughts. You spoke concerning internships. How can one get placement on that? And is it only on LinkedIn? It can be accessible."
It's not only on LinkedIn, no. It could be from anywhere. It could be from your network. And I think Christian Pedabo, my former employer, they even did something recently. I don't know if you guys are aware. That they did one challenge that on their posts say something, maybe you say something interesting about the profession or about them, then the comments with the highest like, you will get internship with them. They did that on LinkedIn and Instagram. Funniest thing, the lady that got the LinkedIn one, she's on my contact list. I know her. Okpeyemi. She's a graduate of OAU. So automatically she secured internship with Pedabo. And Pedabo is also Christian Pedabo is also a multinational firm, and they are doing so well. And stuff like, yeah, Okpeyemi Ariki, yeah, you know her. So I mean, it could come in several ways. Last year around November, I did December, KPMG internship form also came out. I shared it on my help people to apply. Some apply. So internship comes out everywhere and then, not only on LinkedIn, on all social media, you can get it. WhatsApp, Twitter, I don't know about Facebook. So, but you can get it anywhere. And even from your social network, reach out to people and never can tell. They might have that what's it called that you want, that internship that you need. They might have it. But me as a person, I don't have capacity to give people internship directly, because people I do receive a lot of messages. Yeah. I want to do internship in KPMG. I'm not a partner and I'm not the owner of KPMG. So I'm just an associate. So I can only give you tips on how you can get it. But trust me,
Yeah.
I can't get you in. I can give you tips, give you guide. I can go about it and you get it. I can't assure you. I can only give you guide. So I think that answers that.
Yeah, that's that. So thank you very much, BBM. Thank